Welcome back to part 2 of a 4-part self-love series. I don't even think I mentioned this in the last episode, but it's part 1 of our self-love series. And if you haven't listened to that episode, please go check it out because it's very important as you move forward through these next few episodes that you really get the concept that we talked about last week. And that is self-love, selfishness, and self-sacrifice, the difference between them, and how choosing self-love is the ultimate empowering way to not only serve yourself, but to serve and bless and help everyone else around you, everybody that's connected to you. Self-love is the selfless way to go. Promise you. Go check it out. It's worth it. Link in the description, on YouTube, or in the show notes, Spotify and Apple. Welcome to Empowered Now. I'm your host, Colette Kati. Join me as we talk all things to uplift, encourage, teach, inspire, and empower you to see your best self, to live your best life, and to thrive wherever you are. When I started this podcast and as I was mapping out the different topics that I wanted to talk about, February definitely became the self-love series month. And it's not an accident. Yes, February is Valentine's Day, and we often celebrate romance and couples and relationship and all of the things, and that's good, great, and dandy and whatever. But today, I just want to flip the script a little bit because I know that there's some of you out there like myself who have been through really, really crappy relationships, been through really, really hard times without a partner, and maybe in times where you've had a partner, but it's just not been healthy or happy for you. So today we're going to talk about one of the most important things that you can ever learn, aside from what you learned last week, and that's there is a love of your life. There is one person for you, and it's the one that's staring at you when you look in the mirror. That is the love of your life. And I know that there is going to be controversy around this, but I need a relationship, I need a partner. Yes, that is true. It's helpful to have healthy connections and have a partner that you can trust and confide in and be with and that just loves you and you can share in all the glorious things that life has to offer. But even when you have that, if you have not made yourself the love of your life, that love of your life relationship will suffer in some ways. It's true. Let's go deeper into this. This episode is really close to my heart because when I was struggling in my relationship with my husband, who is still my husband today, and we're very happy, we're growing, and we've been through a lot of really hard times together, and I'm sure there's still hard times to come. But we hit a point where I was, there was betrayal. There was things happening in the relationship that were not okay, that needed to change in order for us to survive in our relationship. And it was during that time that I really found myself. First, I broke down and I had what you might call an ego death. Just like everything that I knew, everything that I felt and thought was just kind of crumbling. Not everything. I don't like to be too dramatic. Not everything. But in the relationship, things were crumbling and it was grasping, trying to save it, trying to pull it together. And it wasn't working. And that's when I let go and let things fall. And when you do that, that's another concept that we'll definitely talk about, that letting things fall concept in another episode. But when that happened for me, the love of my life and I were struggling. I'm not going to go into all the our relationship and what happened and how we got through that. That's another episode. And we've even talked about some of that on our podcast that we did together in the beginning, which we'll do more. But I really felt this need, this insatiable desire to come back to myself. when the grasping of the relationship that was falling apart and crumbling finally stopped. When I finally just let go and accepted, like, this isn't working, grieving that. And then what do I do from here? I went inward and felt this need to find myself again, to connect back to that person that was staring back at me in the mirror, who I felt I had a relationship with, and I even felt I had an okay relationship with. But turns out there was still some work to do. So let's talk about falling in love. When you fall in love, or when you imagine falling in love, you find that one person that just gets you, that just loves you and adores you, that one person that you can laugh with, that you can connect with, that you can tell all of your secrets to, that one person that knows when you need flowers, or when you need to hear, I love you, you're doing a great job, thank you. When you find that love of your life, that's what you're looking for. What else are you looking for? Think about that. When you think about finding the love of your life, what kind of qualities do they have? What kind of personality do they have? What kind of special things do they bring to you? Think about it. And if you're thinking about this and it's creating this longing within you, just notice that. I'm going to let you know of a secret. Okay, so the person that you're imagining right now, or that you have in your life, or that you hope to have in your life, they are not bringing those things to you. They are invoking that within you. So if you find some, like maybe you've heard of love at first sight, like I saw them and I fell in love. And that was our love story. That was my husband and I's love story. He saw me in a play and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to marry her. Like love at first sight, that beautiful feeling. It's wonderful, right? It feels great. But notice, as you imagine it, if you bring it back into your awareness, or bring it into your energy field, they're not bringing it to you. They're just invoking it within you. It comes from within you. All of those feelings that you're looking for, they're coming from within you. And the truth is that you don't have to have that love in your life as a outside person or partner in order to invoke the feelings of love, connection, worthiness, respect, kindness, fun. You don't have to have them to invoke that within you. And that's where we start, by making yourself the one true love of your life, the person that's got your back, the person that speaks kindly to you, the person that lifts you up when you're having a bad day, the person that cares about you so much that they would do anything for you. That's you. So when I was going through my breakdown of my partnership, of my relationship, back when Shay and I were really struggling, when I had this desire to come back inward, it was a little bit weird, because I had spent so much time focusing on the relationship, or focusing on my family and what I needed to do there, that I had sort of forgotten what I was even about. Like, what kind of stuff invoked that love, that fun, that playfulness within me. So I needed to do some exploring. And that's one of the basic concepts of coming back to yourself and making yourself the love of your life. What do I like? What do I want? What do I wish this other person would do for me? And how do I do that for myself and show myself that I matter? I can remember a time when we were really struggling, and I just felt like I just want to go on a date. I just want to feel like I'm cared about, or whatever it is. I just want to go out on a date. So I remember going to a movie by myself. And this was the first time I'd ever done that before. The first time I'd ever gone out in public to do like just some entertaining thing by myself. And it was really empowering for me. I remember just sitting there with my bag of popcorn, my soda, just enjoying the movie. And I didn't even worry about like, oh no, what if somebody sees me alone and what are they going to think or what are they going to say? It didn't matter because I needed to take myself on a date and I needed that connection and I needed that fun and that playfulness. So that's just one way. And since then, I've done many things by myself, gone on trips by myself. I've done, go out to dinner by myself. It's not easy at first. Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. Which I've never seen somebody in public by themselves at dinner and thought that is so embarrassing, or, oh no, they need somebody with them. And it's a good sign if you do think that about other people, that might be a sign that there might be some more connection that needs to be had within yourself. I just love this topic because it's so empowering. It's so empowering. So that idea of creating connection for yourself begins with doing those things for yourself that you would want a partner to do. Buy yourself flowers. Go on a date, plan a trip, whatever that looks like for you. It might not work the same with like housework, like do your own housework because you want somebody else to help you do that. But you can hire somebody. You can get help with the things that you need help with. Creating that connection with yourself by doing what you wish a partner would do for you. It's a beautiful, powerful thing. And it's not easy because you've got to make that mental shift as well. Say that mental part of you that says, oh, no, a partner should do this. No, I'm not going to do it for myself. Somebody else should do this for me. This is taking radical responsibility for your internal health. I'm going to say that again. Self-love and all the things that come along with that is taking radical responsibility for creating safety and happiness and health in your inner world. And that extends to your outer world. It's so important. Please do it. All right. The next thing, I know we've talked about this before, but I just want to touch on it really quick again because it matters so much. It's the love language. And I'm not talking about the different love languages. You could also use that here too, offering yourself the kind of love language that you like. But what I'm meaning here is the way you speak to yourself and about yourself and to yourself, about yourself. Yeah. It really matters. What do you say when you look at yourself in the mirror? What do you say to yourself when you make a mistake or when somebody else hurts you? How do you talk to yourself? That matters. Don't let, especially if you are in a situation where others around you don't treat you very well, don't let their narrative about you be your internal narrative. You've got to take responsibility to shift that so that you can thrive. It's your world. It's your world. Don't let their narrative be the one that you use. This one is so important because most of us grow up thinking and talking to ourselves the way that either somebody else thought about us or spoke to us, or the way that somebody else thought and spoke to themselves. Maybe it's a parent or a caregiver or whoever raised you. It really matters how they treated themselves and how they treated you, because that's what you usually, that's typically what we make our narrative about ourselves based on. Well, let's not do that anymore. Let's flip the script. Let's decide, instead of unintentionally taking in somebody else's beliefs, thoughts, and words about us, you get to create that for yourself. You get to be the narrative. You get to be the one that writes your story, that writes your personal narrative. It gets to be a good one too. It's important. Do this one right now. One exercise that I love that you can do with this concept is writing yourself a love letter. It might feel really weird at first too, especially if you're not used to giving back to yourself. And by the way, if you try an exercise like that, if you start talking to yourself in a more positive, kind way and stuff starts coming up for you, maybe there's guilt, shame, anger, frustration, it might be a sign that there is an internal part of you that thinks that it's helping you by talking down to yourself. It's trying to keep you safe in some way by talking and treating yourself that way. And that's what I do. I still have openings in my private coaching program. If you are in that space where you can tell that there's this, really want to change this narrative for yourself, but there's something in there that says, nope, we're not going to do that. Go to the link in my bio, apply now. And by the way, don't apply if you're not serious about coaching. If you are ready to change your life, if there is nothing in the world that is going to stop you from getting better, feeling better, living a more empowered, full, healthy, happy life for yourself, which in turn spills into the people around you. If you're not ready for that, then don't apply. If you are, go to the link in my bio and apply. You owe this to yourself. Okay? The next thing that I really want to make sure you guys understand about this, and myself, because I have to remind myself this too, that self-love, self-dependency does not mean isolation. You still need people in your life. You need healthy connections. You need friendships. You need people in your world as support. So part of your self-love journey is to find your people. Find your support system. And I hear this all the time. Like, I don't have anybody. I don't have this. I don't have that. It's time to shift the narrative. It's time to go inward and take radical responsibility and find your people. And I know it's scary, especially if you have been in an unhealthy relationship or an unhealthy place. What unhealthy does is it creates an isolation. It creates this narrative around, I can't reach out to people. I can't be myself around people. Maybe there's a lack of confidence. There's so many reasons why we do it, why we isolate. But as you are moving towards a more self-loving perspective, as you start to inwardly shift the narrative, you've got to shift the connections that you have outwardly as well. So look around at the connections that you have with people. What are those connections like? What do they look like? What do they feel like? Are they supportive? Are there any? Are there too many? Sometimes we let our energy leak as we're like trying to spread ourselves too thin by being everybody to too many people. It's so important to notice what those outward connections are. And I'm not just saying with your partner or with the partner that you want, but with the people that are currently in your world. What are those connections and relationships look like? They might need to have more boundaries around them, and you might need to start creating connections with groups of people or individuals that are in a better place, maybe in a place where you want to be. So for me, looked like when I finally reached out and got a therapist, it was so valuable. It was like the scariest thing, the scariest thing to be like, I have a problem and I need help. Reaching out to somebody for help was really scary. But that was the first main connection that I feel like I made that helped me come out of this unhealthy place that I had created for myself in my world, in my brain. And from there, I learned the friends that were there for me, the friends that supported me, the friends that I could count on, that I could connect with. I started reaching out more to those kinds of connections that I knew were going to help me, not the kind of connections that were draining me, because that's what I really needed at that time. And that might be you. If you're drained, if you feel this pull to isolate and come inward, it's time to really, it's like cut people off if you need to and find the connections that are uplifting. It's that simple. I'm trying to use a lot of words here, but it's simple. Is this relationship draining me or is it pouring into me? Is this a relationship I want to pour into because I feel supported and loved as well, or because that's a choice that I'm making? But it's very important to be conscious about the choice that you're making. If you're pouring into a relationship that's constantly draining you, know that you're doing that and choose it. Don't just allow it to happen. Okay? Establish relationships, connection with other human beings that supports you. And it might be hard. It might take time. It's going to take time, but it's worth it. Find your people. And if you find a person and it doesn't work out, try again. What have you got to lose? You are worth it. Your internal well-being and your world matters. So make those connections that are going to bless you and help you and uplift you and support you. Okay, so I wanted to say one more thing around that. I was saying therapy. Yes, I reached out and got a therapist, and then I started making connections with people in my world that were pouring into me. And that included church groups, that included, friends from my past, friends that I knew had my back for, back then, I guess. But there were relationships that fell away for me as well. And that was sad. It was like I had to grieve some of that too. But I also knew my internal world was calling for it and I had to listen. Like sometimes you just know. And when you honor that call within to disconnect from somebody that you know isn't helping you, even if it does create pain for them, because it is. If you're in a relationship or a connection with somebody that is draining you, when you cut those ties, it will often make them angry. It will create conflict there. But as you listen to your internal world and what you need to curate so that you can be happy and healthy, it's worth it. And maybe you're not there, and that's okay. But if you are and you need help, apply right now. Okay, next. This is probably my favorite one, okay? So we talked about honoring that internal curation that your internal soul is like, okay, it's time. It's time to create this safe space within. One of the most important things that you can start doing for yourself to show yourself that you are the love of your life. And by the way, side note, if you're looking for a partner that's going to create this space or have this space for you of safety, kindness, love, connection, as you establish this for yourself, you're going to draw in and call in energetically that type of person. The type of person, if you want to be respected, you've got to respect yourself, because that's going to draw in the kind of person that will know you will be respected, right? If you want somebody to talk kind to you, you want somebody that speaks, well about you and to you, you do that for yourself, because you're teaching your internal world and others how you will be treated. If you're treating yourself terribly and you're looking for a love to treat you kindly, chances are you're going to attract the kind of person that is going to match your vibe, match your energy, match how you treat yourself. And maybe not. You might find somebody out there that's going to tell you wonderful, beautiful things about you. But tell me this. Have you ever been in a relationship, somebody tells you all these nice things, or even just like with a friend, and you're like, oh no, stop. Because you're blocking the energy. Stop blocking that stuff, guys. If you want a partner that treats you well and does all these things for you, you've got to learn how to do that for yourself so that you teach your internal system what you will and won't accept. And that in turn teaches others what you want and what you will and won't accept. Energy. It's powerful. It's like the first part of manifesting. You got to create it. You get to be the one that creates your reality, and you teach others around you what that looks like. Okay? All right. I was going somewhere. Side note, and we're back. Keep your promises to yourself. Honor your commitments. That's exactly what you would want the love of your life to do, is it not? Keep your promises to yourself. If you tell yourself you want something, start making a plan to get it. If you tell yourself that you will eat better, that you will go to the gym, that you will take care of your finances and learn how to budget, that you will speak kindly to your body, make a plan and honor your commitments. Do it. Yeah, Colette, but what if I don't? Then you forgive yourself. That's what you would want the love of your life to do. You say sorry, you apologize, and you forgive yourself, and you keep moving forward. Okay? So powerful. Honor your commitments. The last one, which I already touched on, but it's probably the most important one, and I'm already getting emotional just talking about it, and I haven't even said it. Learning to forgive yourself. There's a practice that I use that I learned in my Mastery Method coaching. If you're curious about that as well, I can leave a link in the description where I learned my coaching. So powerful. Alyssa Nobriga knows what she's doing. Very powerful. But there's an exercise that we do that is all about connecting back to yourself, forgiving yourself. And I can't tell you how many times I've used this practice and felt an internal shift within myself that taught myself that it's okay to be me. It's okay to be me. It's okay to be exactly where I'm at. Because when you learn to do that for yourself, the sky is the limit. Now, self-forgiveness doesn't mean you're letting yourself off the hook, that you're telling yourself that you can just do whatever you want, or, that what you have maybe done, if you've done something wrong, that it wasn't wrong and that you don't need to change. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is accepting exactly where you are and who you are as you forgive, as you bring a tolerance, an internal tolerance to let yourself be you, almost like a child. You got to remember, you're a child. You've got this inner child that is just longing to be loved and accepted just the way they are. There's no thing to be perfected. There's no person that you have to become. You get to be you when you allow yourself to be just as you are. That opens up the doors to shifting and changing and growing. It sounds counterintuitive because we have been conditioned often in society and in just different ways that society teaches that shame is what changes. Oh, you are a terrible person. You did this and you did that and you need to do this and you need to change. And just using shame as a tool for change is not as effective as using love and acceptance. And I know I've just scratched the surface on that, but it is powerful, and we'll talk more about that in coming episodes. But learning to bring that forgiveness inward. And it can be hard. I've had many clients that are like, this just feels so weird because there's a part of you that might be telling you it's not safe to forgive yourself. And I'm telling you, that's where you begin. If you have more questions, please let me know in the comments. Let me know in my Instagram DMs if this episode is calling to you. If you are feeling that internal part of you that's like, wow, I want to learn those tools. I want to know how to offer myself the compassion I need. I really want this shift. I want it. I want it. I want it now. Go apply for my private coaching program. You will not regret it. It is a powerful, transformative program designed to be specifically to your needs. We work very closely together, and you're going to gain tools, insights, mental, emotional, physical shifts to help transform you from the inside out so that you can own and claim the life you deserve. It's worth it. All right. That was a juicy episode. I know we went really hot and heavy with the self-love, as that's what we should do. That's the way it should be. All right. Love yourself. I have so many more things coming out this spring, and I can't wait. Something really special is in the works. It's almost ready for me to tell you about. I can't wait. Okay, love you. Bye. Thanks for watching Empowered Now. If anything you heard today resonated with you and you want more, please like and subscribe so that you won't miss an upload. You can also follow me on social media at Colette Kati. And if you're interested in working with me more closely through coaching or other opportunities, go to my website, ColetteKati.com. It is my hope that you will continue to come back and experience for yourself the benefits of choosing an empowered life. Your feedback and your experience are very important to me, so please take a moment to connect with me in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on today's episode, ideas for future topics, and ideas for guests that you would like to see. And as always, thanks for your time, support, and your courage to live empowered now.